Op got rejected by a guy who gave her butterflies and wants to know if she should reach out to him. She updates 3 years later painting a love story, but a commenter goes through her post history to reveal a different narrative. Posted by u/chroma_sparkles. So, I, 31F, was seeing a guy, 38M, for about a month. We went on 7 dates total and slept together twice. He seemed very excited about me in the first 3 weeks, planning dates, kissing, holding hands, and showing general PDA in public. He paid for every meal and activity, and he texted me daily. We had great conversations, and everything seemed to be heading toward us happily dating. Then, this past week, I suddenly noticed him slow fading me. Yesterday, when I asked if he was available at all this week, he sent me a text apologizing profusely, saying he thinks we should see other people. I simply replied, while bawling my eyes out, "It's okay. Good luck with everything." I deleted my Bumble account almost instantly after he sent me that message because I was ready to give up, but I remade it today. After swiping a few times, his profile showed up, and I noticed that he had deleted his account and made a new one as well. No idea why. But that shows me he didn't break things off with me for another woman. Of course, like a dork, I still swiped right, holding out some kind of dumb hope that we'll match again. Normally, when I'm rejected by a guy, whether things were going well or bad, I say my little good luck message and move on. But I honestly feel like this guy and I were on the way to something special. I know nothing I say will necessarily change his mind, but for some reason, I really want to send him a message, maybe in a week or two, after some time has passed. I want to let him know how I felt about him because I never really got the chance to. I had been planning to tell him this week that I was developing feelings for him. He was nothing but a gentleman, very nice, generous, and he made me feel really special for the first time in a long while. I truly feel like he was developing feelings for me too. He proved it with his actions and words, which left me feeling like he was genuine. So, for him to end things so abruptly has kind of left me confused. I know people are allowed to change their minds suddenly with no explanation, and he's well within his right to do so. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping the message would get him to change his mind or, at the very least, open the door for us to talk more about what happened. But I'm not a complete fool. I know it's more than likely that he will read it and not respond, even though we didn't end on bad terms. Even knowing that it most likely won't make a difference, I still want to send it because I really do want him to know how much I liked him and appreciated him, even if he doesn't care enough to respond. I feel like it would be very cathartic for me, and whether he responds or not, it would give me some closure because I will have said everything that's been on my mind and in my heart for the past month. Should I go for it, or is it a waste of my time? Edit. You are all right. I won't send him anything. I might still write the message as I originally intended, for my own personal catharsis, but I will not send it to him. I won't make a fool of myself chasing after someone who told me they weren't interested. If he wants to reach out to me, he will. And if I never hear from him again, which I most likely won't, then that's my closure. Thank you for all the responses, even the ones that were a bit harsh. Update 3 years 5 months later. About 3 years ago, I made a post asking if I should reach out to a guy I was seeing after he rejected me. The general consensus was no, so I didn't. However, 3 months after I made that post, he actually reached out to me. We hadn't spoken at all during those 3 months, and I didn't go on any dates with anyone else. When I saw his text, my heart dropped, but I remained skeptical. After about 3 days of texting, he asked me to dinner. I grilled him about why he had rejected me and why he decided to reach back out. I wanted to ensure he wasn't playing any games. If I had sensed even a hint of that, I would have cut him off immediately. To keep things vague for privacy, the reason he gave for rejecting me was that he thought there was an incompatibility between us. Even though he really liked me, he didn't want to drag things out and then break it off later after one or both of us had developed deeper feelings. I asked why he decided to come back, and he explained that he realized we had something really good. He said he really liked me and was willing to overlook the incompatibility because, after thinking it through, he concluded it wasn't a big deal in the long term. For context, it wasn't anything major like kids, marriage, etc. He admitted he had made an assumption and ended things too early when he probably should have waited and talked it out with me. He acknowledged his mistake and apologized multiple times. I also asked if he had been seeing anyone else during the 3 months we weren't talking. He said no, he hadn't even been on any dates since me. Since he had never given me a reason not to trust him, I chose to believe him. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't using me as a rebound after being dumped or something. Long story short, we've been together ever since that dinner. And now, 3 years later, we're engaged. We are madly in love, and he truly is my best friend. My mom loves him, his mom loves me, he loves my fur babies, and they love him, so all is good. I'm sharing this not to brag, but to encourage people to stop cutting others off so quickly or assuming bad intentions when someone comes back. Believe me, I've been led on and used by men in the past, and I probably should have cut them off sooner. Looking back, the signs were there, but I chose to ignore them. My now fiancé has been nothing but a parade of green flags, but I was still cautious when we started dating. As much as I liked him, I would have walked away if I had seen any red flags. He came to me correctly and didn't play games. He asked me to be his girlfriend without me having to push for it, and he literally told me, "I didn't reach out with any intention other than asking you to be my girlfriend." Don't be afraid of being someone's second choice because, in a way, we're all someone's second choice. If someone comes back, don't assume they have bad intentions, unless they treated you poorly to begin with. But if someone was kind, caring, and generous, and things didn't work out the first time for some reason, it doesn't hurt to give it another try. Just make sure they're not playing games, and if they are, leave. Okay, this is really rambly, sorry. Thanks for reading. Edit. I'm still not going to reveal the actual reason. But, like I said, it turns out it actually wasn't a major incompatibility, just a bad assumption on his part. If we had truly been incompatible in some way, we definitely still wouldn't be together. Compatibility in a relationship is different for everyone, so what works for some people may not work for others. Commenter. Listen, I'm not trying to be messy or rude about Op, but there's a lot of context about her romantic life left out from her posts, both before and after this instance. TLDR, the impression I get is that she's afraid of being alone, especially because she's over 30, and the man will settle for having her around but isn't enthusiastic about having her in his life. Outside of her talking about her dogs and weight loss, all of her posts are about her love life. 6 years ago, in our /dating over 30, she complains about being ghosted by 3 potential romantic partners in 2 days. She estimates she's matched with 200 profiles in the past week on 2 platforms without any results. 5 years ago, in our /dating over 30, she's talking to 2 guys from online dating platforms. The 2 conversations always turn to cuddling, even when she steers away from that topic. She expresses confusion and seeks confirmation that the guys are trying to get sexual. 5 years ago, in our /divorce, she posts a rant about how she shouldn't be back in the market and deserves her version of domestic bliss. She says she's constantly getting rejected but also states that everyone she speaks with is boring. She mentions that when she was married, she constantly celebrated that she wasn't dating anymore. She closes out by stating she'd never get back with her ex but misses being happy in a marriage. 4 years ago, she wrote the original post about reaching out to the guy who rejected her. 2 years ago, she posts in our /Black Ladies and our /Relationships over 35 about the same topic. She states she's been dating her boyfriend for 14 months and started a conversation about marriage. She's surprised that he's hesitant about marrying her. He says he's not against marriage but is more scared of the possibility of divorce, attributing this fear to watching his parents' nasty divorce. She's shocked because she assumed he wanted marriage, given that his friends and family are all married. She ends by panicking about whether he wants to marry her and wonders if she should give up the desire for a legal marriage to hold on to the relationship. Op waffles between saying she's not waiting for him and mentioning that part 2 of the conversation is coming soon. The comments are revealing, neither of them has retirement savings. Op mentions they won't have kids but avoids addressing questions about her previous statements that she wanted children, etc. Then she makes various posts about selling an engagement ring. The first post, she's selling an engagement ring to purchase another one that fits her preferences. My opinion, he agreed to marry her and she's buying her own engagement ring. The second post, she drops the price to move the ring quicker. Based on her wording, it seems she can't afford the new engagement ring until she recoups the money from the initial one. This could indicate her financial situation and the level of investment her fiancé has in the engagement, giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's willing to contribute to the costs of the new ring. The third post, she asks for opinions on the different stones she's considering, wanting a moissanite stone as close to a diamond as possible, and posts a video of the loose stone she chose. Then 7 days ago, she posted the update to her original post, the one about reaching out to the guy who rejected her. My thoughts: I don't know if Op comes from a conservative background or grew up on Disney movies /rom-coms, but she seems very male-identified and views marriage as a rite of passage into the top tier of adulthood. She's mentioned in comments that people gain social capital when they get married and that she doesn't want to grow old as someone's girlfriend. I think she's willing to give up her actual wants if it means getting a husband. She has a pattern of deferring to the man in her relationships, even if it means taking on the bulk of the risk. For instance, her ex-husband wanted a husky even though they already had 2 dogs, and she didn't want another dog. The ex left her a couple of months later and left the dog at her house. I think the fiancé was dating around or hooking up and felt sparks with someone else. He started ghosting Op until she asked him a direct question about his availability, and he broke it off with her. He deleted his Bumble account because he was serious about the other person but not Op. When he saw that Op matched with him again, he put her on the back burner as a backup. Once he realized nobody was feeling him or his potential matches didn't lead to anything, he circled back to her. He returned with a half-truth, claiming he made an assumption about their incompatibility, which, to me, translates to liking her well enough but not being invested enough to confirm their compatibility. This lady has a lot going on because she's scared to be alone and build the life she wants due to her FOMO around having a man. I've also noticed that she seems to round up her age in relation to the forums. For example, she was 29 posting in r/dating over 30, not alarming by itself, and 33 posting in r/relationships over 35. It seems like she thinks she's falling behind because she doesn't have a marriage.